Hi, I'm Zaben with you. You're going to be okay. Everything is going to be fine. I know it seems like there is this crazy upheaval right now that's taking place, like this crazy energetic shifts and this space of, I don't know who I am. I don't know what this world is anymore. There's like this crazy amount of changes taking place in such a fast and profound way. And I just wanted you to know that you are okay, and that the best way to handle all this is to relax into it and knowing that it's going to be okay. And why is it going to be okay? Because it has been okay forever. It has always been okay, no matter how many challenges, no matter how many unexpected things appear, no matter how many things that we expect to appear that don't appear, everything's still okay. We're all still okay. We're all fine. It's just the internal turmoils, the breakup. It's a breakup between who you were from who you're becoming. There's like this, I'm breaking up from myself, and any breakup, especially if it's an amicable breakup, any breakup hurts, feels destabilizing, feels lonely, feels confusing and out of whack. That's what a breakup, a divorce, a breakup of any kind, whether you're leaving a relationship of all kinds, friendships, families, partners, a relationship with self, a relationship with an animal, or in any form, any relationship that is that needs to break up, that they both need to evolve outside of each other, like their time together has come to an end. That space there in the middle of letting go of that relationship and finding the balance of how to be without that relationship is exhausting, taxing, and there's a lot of sadness that shows up. And it just feels like that is what is happening now. And I can share from my experience of what's been happening in the past 2 years and how accelerated it gets every month. Right? Every month there seems to be something else that is being explored, and something new that I'm divorcing myself from. And in the path of the before divorcing, or knowing that this doesn't work for me anymore, before the divorce happens, there's a whole struggle of, shall I stay? Shall I go? I don't know. What to expect if I leave? And then the decision to leave happens, and then there's this happiness, and yet there's this, oh my God, what now, right? The separation is happening. So why am I speaking of it this way? So that it can make sense as I am separating from the identity I had in the past, or the identity that I was stuck in, or the identity that I thought I was, and I'm divorcing that. I'm separating from that, but I don't know who I will be, right? I don't know who am I gonna be without that version of me existing in my life? What does that look like? And that's what we're all experiencing now, is trying to still hold on to that partnership I had with the old identity, or the identity I had of self, saying, well, could we stay friends? Can we do it this way? Maybe if we sleep in separate rooms, it'll work. Maybe, and it's like wanting to hold on, keeping that identity, that relationship with my past identity there with me, and I still want my freedom from it. How many of you can relate to that emotion and relate it to all your experiences in any relationships you've ever had, where you're really suffocated by the relationship or by the person, and you want to let them go? However, there's so much fear of letting them go, so you're coming up with different ways of keeping that person in your life. And it's wanting to keep that thread held, right? Just in case this unknown, this being aloneness without that version of me, what would it look like? How will I react? What will life look like? I don't know, but I know this. And maybe if I don't like this unknown, I can just spring back to that. However, how this energy is being shifted right now, there is no going back to that identity and relationship, no matter how hard we try to hold on to it. And so that identity, that relationship with that identity of who I thought I was for 40 years is leaving. We are parting ways. And I feel free and, of course, a bit afraid. And I don't know what parts of me will still stay, what parts of this relationship will still stay, and what is going, right? And it's in the discovery that is exciting and scary at the same time, because I know deep inside something great is coming. However, my mind is coming in and saying, but we don't know what's coming. What if it isn't great? What if it's crap? What if it's better to stay with that identity? And even if that's the choice I make, I will be suffering so much more now that I know that I cannot stay with that identity anymore. That identity doesn't work for me anymore. When I try to be in that identity version of me, I am suffocated. I am suffocated. It's like being in a bad relationship, or a relationship that has reached its end, and it really is the end. And no matter how much I try to hold on to it, I'm suffocated by it. No matter how much I go back to the old patterns, I cannot do it anymore. No matter how much I try to say, well, you know what? I used to like to do this, and we could do that, and it doesn't work anymore. If anything, it's more suffocating. So it's just pushing me further away from that identity, or that relationship I had with myself as this identity. Now, I know that so many people watching this are feeling the same way. And the reason I'm doing this is, first of all, so that I can hear, because this is very channeled information. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to talk about in this video, and I just allowed God to talk I allowed God, to open me up to myself, to hear what I needed to hear. And I know what everyone else needed to hear. And it's, if you're struggling because you feel that you've lost yourself, you do not know who you are anymore, you're like in this limbo state, right? Trying to go back to who you were, and finding it really taxing, suffocating, and lacking of freedom. Let it go. Let go of that relationship. You've had other experiences throughout your life to know what it feels like to let go of a relationship that no more serves you, right? To let go of your identity that doesn't serve you anymore. And it's the freedom and the space of all the possibilities that start to open up. Just the internal possibilities. I wonder what will take place, right? So if you are going through this and you're feeling all this, because it is just everywhere now, right? Take it as breaking up in a relationship in the most amicable way you can, which is saying to that old identity, or the identity that you're leaving behind, how much you love it, how much you respect it. You thank it for everything it had offered you throughout your journey thus far, right? However, right now, this relationship isn't working anymore. And if anything, it's becoming more suffocating and more toxic than it was fruitful. It used to be fruitful and now it isn't. And just allow yourself to let it go. So you could write a letter to that old self if you like, right? Put some candles up if you want. Write a letter to your old self, thanking it for all the wonderful things that you have experienced through that identity, okay? And that you're ready to let it go, okay? And just sit with yourself after that saying, I've said goodbye, and this is the letter, and you can do a little ritual where you write the letter, and then if you have you can burn it in a candle, or you have something to put fire in and then burn that and say, I release you, my old identity with love and light, to the light, and then you give it to the flames, right? To the light, for everything you've done for me, and now I'm freeing myself, right? And I'm exploring the new me that's showing up. There's something new that's showing up. I'm exploring a new relationship, and this relationship is a different dynamics relationship. And what you're actually exploring is this new relationship that is coming out of you, right? This new relationship between you and you, right? You and your new self. And you're just going to allow it to show up, right? Because when we resist so much and we're so afraid, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You have no choice, right? But how would you like it? How would you like the journey to look for you? The experience in itself. Okay, fine, we'll separate ways and I'll just deal with whatever I need to deal with on my own. Or am I going to struggle and pull at that identity all the time, right? So it's just, how would you like to experience the journey between your divorce and your new relationship, right? The journey between those two, all right? And so if you wanted a smoother, more aligned space, just allow it to go, right? Sit with whatever shows up, whatever pains, whatever sadness, whatever joys, whatever excitements that show up, and just let it be what it needs to be without having to identify who you are going to be or who you need to step into, or, okay, what are my passions now? What is this for me now? Who am I supposed to be? Just let go of all that, because that relationship is coming to you. It's just going to show up one piece at a time. It's just going to show up, right? And you're just going to say yes. Yes, you don't have to think about it anymore. You don't have to write it down. You don't have to structure it, right? But you can just allow it to come in. It filters in like little new pieces that come in, right? To add to this new relationship, which is the new identity that you will be partnering up with, that's going to be of a different vibrational energy and a different you. Right? And you're going to experience new parts of you that is going to feel so much lighter, so much better, so much easier just for you, right? So you can choose how you want to do it. Either way doesn't matter. You can have it as a tug of war, or you could make it easy. It really is your choice, and neither choice is wrong, because that new identity is coming in anyway. Either way, right? Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Please press subscribe, hit like, share this, because I'm sure a lot of people are going through this and cannot understand what is going on. And I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you, Source. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Higher Self. Thank you, guides.